shrimp fried rice here at the Young's house, and I'm so excited to show you how to make your shrimp fried rice taste authentic. It's gonna be so good, y'all. Listen, if you love fried rice, you're gonna live for this recipe. And here's the thing, even if you don't eat seafood, you could absolutely turn this into chicken fried rice, an egg fried rice, or pork fried rice, okay? So you would just leave the shrimp out and add the other things. And during this video, I'll be showing you or telling you what you would want to do, like to your chicken or your pork, to make the chicken or pork fried rice. Here's what you're gonna need for the shrimp fried rice. You're gonna need some beautiful green onions, okay? And you're gonna need some bean sprouts. These bean sprouts are fresh. When you purchase these in the produce section, you wanna look at the bag. If the bag is ever wet or these are mushy, throw them out or don't purchase them. They have to be dry and crispy, okay? If they're wet and mushy, they're sour and they're disgusting. And don't get the ones that's in the can. Nope, they're a no-go. I have some beautiful shrimp here that I'll be using. I think they're an Argentinian shrimp. Don't quote me on that. And you're gonna need some rice. And I'll talk about what you need to do special, to your rice so that your rice is not mushy. You're gonna need some spices to make everything come together and taste amazing. And these three things I'm gonna introduce you to are going to change the color to the fried rice so we have that brownish color. Soy sauce, you can use low sodium like I'm going to, okay? You're gonna need some oyster sauce, it's so good. I know some people hear fish sauce and oyster sauce and they think, oh no, it doesn't taste like it. Gives it an umami taste, makes it taste good. And most of the time when you go out and purchase fried rice from your local restaurant, they're using these three things: oyster sauce, soy sauce, and a fish sauce. This right here, this is the boss and it tastes good. You're just gonna have to trust me on that. Now, I have some butter we'll be using. We're gonna use some garlic powder too. Now, today I wanted my rice to have a different color. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna switch it up just a little bit. We're gonna throw some sazon in here. Typically, I would use this for my Puerto Rican rice, but we're using it for Chinese fried rice today, just to give it a different color. The rice that we're using, cook your rice the day before and make sure it's cold. If you're using hot rice or warm rice when you're trying to make fried rice, it's always gonna be mushy. This is day-old rice that I made yesterday and it's cold. You're gonna need some peas. A lot of times you'll see me use like a frozen peas and carrots, but it's just peas today. Fresh peas and not the kind out of the can. You wouldn't wanna put the kind that's in the can, in your fried rice. We have some beautiful eggs here, okay? And I have a little bit of sugar. You have to use a couple pinches of sugar. I'll be using some bouillon powder. Make sure your hands are clean. I'm about to show you an easy way to make your fried rice. One of the first things that we're gonna do for our fried rice is we're gonna get our onions nice and cut up. Some of this green onion will go in at the last minute once the fried rice is done, but some of them will go in early when we cook up our eggs. So let's go ahead and get them cut up. If you wanna use a nice sweet Vidalia onion, you're gonna be cooking those early as well with the eggs. First thing we're gonna do is let's go ahead and crack some eggs. I have no clue why I'm using such a big bowl, but it'll be okay, right? I'm gonna crack about 5 eggs. When I make fried rice, I like a lot of eggs in mine. A lot of times I'll just make an egg fried rice and it is spectacular. So if you would like to make that recipe, you're just going to leave the meat out and then you have egg fried rice, okay? So let's go ahead and get this nice and whisk. Put in my pan where I have a little bit of oil. Whisk those eggs, get some nice air into them, and then right into the pan. And we're going to completely cook them, and then we'll be setting them aside until it's time to reincorporate them into our rice. They're going right in. I have the heat just a little above low. We're going to keep a nice eye on it. Just make it nice and fluffy. I'd love to hear from you all. What's the weather like where you're at? Because where I live, it's been raining for like 3 days. And is it supposed to rain tomorrow, do you know? It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that'll be the 4th day. I'm not a fan. Let's just say I'm not a fan of this rain. Come on, sun. I'm waiting on the sun to come out. Tell me what the weather's like where you live at so I can get jealous. Because that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to be happy for you, but I'll be jealous inside. Our egg is 50% of the way cooked. It's nice, gorgeous, and fluffy. Let's go ahead and put half of the onions in. And if you're using a sweet Vidalia onion today, you're going to put those in now, okay? Let's continue to cook our eggs up. And then we'll be adding in our peas with this egg mixture. That peas going right in. If you wanted to add some fresh carrots, you can. Maybe a little bit of shredded carrots. Absolutely you can. Look at this. Gorgeous. Go ahead and get our eggs and vegetables right out. And we're going to just set it onto a platter and prepare to reincorporate it into our rice. But we're getting ready to get started on the rice, and I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to need some oil in the bottom of your wok or your pan. Of course you are, right? So I have just enough oil that's coating the bottom of this pan. I'm going to turn the heat up high. Okay, and what we're going to do with this cold rice is we want to make sure we don't put the rice in here until the oil's nice and hot. Once it's hot, we're going to put our rice in, and literally, you will begin to see the rice turn a different color. It turns like a golden brown color, and you can see it beginning to get crispy, and if you look hard enough, you'll start to see little pieces of rice pop up in the pan, and that's always going to be your indication that you can start adding in these ingredients. Oil, it's nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and put in the desired amount of cold rice that we're using today. I think that'll do. And what you want to do is make sure every piece of rice is coated in the oil. So you see how we're moving it around a little bit, and then we can leave it alone and let it fry. It's actually morning time here at the Young's house, and this is going to be the side dish of whatever we make today. So I figured I might as well come on and show y'all how I make my shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice is so good. I just have the fondest memories of my dad going to a Chinese restaurant, you know, where I grew up, and he would always get shrimp fried rice, and it was just the best. You hear me? It was just the best, and I feel like nowadays you can't find certain things like it was back in the days, you know, whether it's a certain candy or a certain something that you remember. But so here's what I love. I love that when you make recipes at home yourself, you can make it like you like. You can make it like you remember tasting it, you know? And so that's what I'm always doing. I'm always, and if I don't know how to make a recipe, I will do research. I love doing research on an authentic dish, how to make something taste authentic. Even if it's something like a Haitian dish, a Puerto Rican dish, a Mexican dish, whatever. I'm gonna do my research to make it taste authentic. And with this recipe, it's so authentic and it tastes good. Rice fries up. Let's go ahead and talk about my shrimp. I'm going to do something really easy today with the shrimp. I'm going to take the shrimp and I'm going to put it in some water. Okay, and I've put salt in the water. I'm going to throw this in the microwave and get the shrimp nice and cooked, and then we'll drain them. It's really simple. Rice is frying up and my family's so excited. So now is the perfect time. We're going to go ahead and incorporate our vegetables and that lovely egg that we cooked up. Okay, let me get my spatula here. We want to incorporate everything, making sure it's well mixed in with the rice, just like this, and let it cook together for about 5 more minutes. So now we're going to add some flavor and we're going to add some color. Chicken bouillon powder, not too much. Keep in mind it has some salt in it, but that's all I have, you know. All right, we're going to put that sugar in there. Okay. If you're going to an Asian restaurant, they would put a little bit of sugar, a little bit of MSG is what they would do. Okay, is that enough to make it sweet? Absolutely not, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, today I figured I wanted to put a little bit of color in there. We're using the Sazon seasoning packet. It brings color and a great flavor. All right, gorgeous. Let's get that in there and just watch the lovely color that it brings to the rice. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. They're nice, hot, and steamy. Oh, look at that. See, when I put meat or whatever seafood into my fried rice, I put a lot. You know, I'm not doing it like the restaurants because you got to search for the meat, right? I want for my family to every bite that they take, they're going to get a nice piece of shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and add in the fish sauce. Fish sauce is the boss and it tastes good. And just throw it in because it's that good. Okay, we're going to put a tablespoon or a teaspoon of the oyster sauce. It's thick, it's rich, it's everything that your taste buds, trust me, is gonna love. We're putting some soy sauce in, not too much because the more liquid you put in, it has the potential to get mushy. And now you're seeing that color change. We're gonna let this fry up for about 5 more minutes and lunch will be served. Well, this is actually gonna be for dinner. When it comes to the bean sprouts, you always add them in like as an afterthought. At the very last minute when you're getting ready to turn The flame off is when you'll add your fresh bean sprouts. Never the kind out the can. And I know I repeat myself about that, but I don't want you to use the kind out the can. So we use about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of butter, whatever kind of butter. And then you're going to put some garlic powder onto that butter. When the butter melts, that garlic and butter is going to just infuse the rice. And that's what hibachi does. And I love that trick. And so I always do it. Go ahead and turn that rice off. But we are going to add bean sprouts. I can eat bean sprouts right out of this bag. I love it that much. So when you see me making it, I put a nice amount. You never want to just cook bean sprouts forever in a day. That's why the stove is off and you just mix them in and this rice is served. Don't go nowhere because we're going to taste it. I'm eating those bean sprouts. It's so good. Wow, this pan is heavy, y'all. Go ahead and add our green onions on top. I know, it is gorgeous. My family is waiting with anticipation. You hear me? And I am too. Beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, how beautiful is this rice? Are you kidding me? If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Tell the world what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. We thank you for your mercy, your love time, and your understanding. Oh, Father, we thank you for what you've done and what you're getting ready to do. Amen. Stay tuned. We're going to taste this. I'm all excited. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness. I'm going right in. Right off the top, y'all. It's hot, but I know you want me to taste it. Oh, yeah.